Gucci is a brand that requires no introduction. Bold, authentic, maximalist, their styles are some of the best in the entire eyewear industry. So today I'm joined by Natalie from Gucci, who's going to help us explore some of the absolute new releases. We're going to focus on some of the little details, some of the beautiful shapes and colours, and all the elements that go into these beautiful new frames.
It's a brand, like you say, that needs no introduction. I think what's great about the collection is there's something for everyone. And yes, some of these styles that we're going to be looking at and talking about today might be a little bit quirky and a little bit different, but as you know, Robert, there's something to sort of suit everyone.
We focus more on some of the high fashion pieces today, haven't we, that really exemplify what Gucci is about. But it's a really inclusive brand. So you have much more refined, much more subtle shapes and colours than these. But I think these are the most eye-catching pieces.
They are.
For those really wanting to make a statement, the ones on this table today are going to be perfect, aren't they?
Yeah, and brand new for spring, summer, so hot off the press.
Yes, so without further ado, let's start with my favourite element of Gucci, which is the gold decor collection.
Yeah.
I really like the kind of vintage inspired themes that you get with this range. Can you tell us a bit more about this one? Let's start with.
Yeah, so brand new for spring, summer. You'll probably know as well, Robert, there's a huge trend for crystals on the market at the moment.
Keep telling people.
And I think something that's great with this frame is it's quite a wearable piece. It's a great shape. You've got this gold detail that's popping through just on the side.
Yeah.
And something that I think as well is it's a great unisex frame. So I wouldn't say it's just for ladies or your gents. It can be for both.
Could you try it on in this?
Absolutely.
It's almost olive green, isn't it?
At the moment, I think people are becoming a little bit more daring with the colourway. So
Definitely.
more and more I'm getting asked for, if you've got something that's not just black. So it's almost got like pops of green, pops of olives, a little bit of brown. So again, as you can see from both of us, it's not just a ladies or gents frame, it can be unisex.
Definitely, and the coloration makes a huge difference to the aesthetic on this frame, doesn't it? It almost looks like a completely different style when worn in that colour.
Yeah. But yeah, like I was saying, there's so much demand at the moment for the crystals.
Yeah, I'm obsessed with crystal at the moment.
I'm obsessed with crystal at the moment.
I think pair that with a tint and you've got a really great pair of glasses in 2022.
Yeah. Which leads us quite nicely onto another crystal in another fantastic new style that we've got.
So this is obviously a much squarer shape. Well, it is a square as opposed to a round that we just looked at. This is a lot more boxy and to me a little bit more quintessentially Gucci because I think they go for those really boxy kind of styles.
Yeah.
It's cool, isn't it?
It is cool.
You've got the gold decor on the side, which I really like. It's particularly good with the crystal colours because you see the gold decor of the metalwork.
Yeah, it really comes through and it's that when we were talking about who Gucci is and what they're about, you're getting that Gucci branding, but it's not too in your face, it's a little bit more subtle, it's a little bit more refined.
It is, isn't it? And that's more appealing to my taste personally.
Got the slightly bigger size coming through in that darker Havana.
You say slightly bigger, this is massive. But there's a lot of guys out there who really struggle to find good fitting frames and want style, Just because you've got a slightly bigger than average face doesn't mean you don't want to be stylish. And I like the fact that Gucci are making those bigger sizes for men.
And actually seeing gents that want a slightly more oversized frame because that is still a huge, massive trend, that's slightly oversized, but it's a beautiful frame. Again, really easy to wear.
Yeah, it is relatively easy to wear, isn't it? It's probably a bit too big for me, but with the darker colours, you still have the elements with the rivets at the front. Yeah. You don't see so much of the gold decor from the side as you do with the crystal, but you do see it when you look at the inside of your glasses, and it's just a nice touch, isn't it, for the wearer?
And I'd say the branding comes through a little bit more stronger. Still very refined, still very classy, but yeah, just a nod to that Gucci there, that detail.
So that's the gold decor.
Yeah.
Where should we go next?
So if we go a little bit bolder.
Yeah.
So something that we're seeing coming through is a little bit more of that heavier look, a little bit bolder.
Definitely.
So this is my frame of choice for this year. Absolutely love this frame. Again, it's similar to the branding we were talking about with the first two frames. It's got that gold detail. So I think again, it's really refined, it's really classy without being too in your face. But I think it's just such a nice frame. For someone that wants to make a statement without being too big, it's just a really strong frame.
It is super bold, isn't it? But I love it. I think you've got to have some confidence to wear it.
It is bold. You've also got in a different colourway. So we can see slightly more of a smoked grey. maybe a little bit more subtle.
Yeah, it softens it, doesn't
Yeah.
it, that colourway?
Yeah.
And I really like these kind of smoky colours at the moment. It's kind of almost in between a black and a crystal.
Yeah.
Gives you the best of both in a way.
If we want to be a little bit more bolder, a little bit more daring, I mean, I absolutely love this.
That's just a wow frame, isn't it? It's like you walk in and you see the glasses straight away, which is what glasses should be, an accessory.
And that's the thing, you hit the nail on the head, it's an accessory, you know. As ladies, we change our shoes, we change our handbags, we change our outfits. So, you know, me personally, I want a frame to match my outfit. You don't always see my outfit because I've got my coat on, but you're always going to see my face.
Yeah.
So I want to invest in what you're going to see and what people are looking at. I think it's important.
Yeah, and they look fabulous on you.
Yeah.
They look really, really
and
cool.
These are one of my personal favourites. I appreciate it's maybe not everyone's style, or it's a little bit bolder, but I just think be a little bit more daring, push it out there, put it on, see how it makes you feel, because I personally love this frame. I think it makes me stand out.
And whilst Gucci do make those more, I guess, ordinary kind of styles that are probably a bit more commercial, a bit more popular, this to me is like the most authentic Gucci.
Yeah.
It's like the most raw Gucci, isn't it? Where it's high fashion.
Yeah.
It perfectly encapsulates the brand in that sense. And
Yeah.
for me, if you're going to get Gucci glasses, just go the whole way. Get the proper Gucci look. It does take a little bit of courage and bravery, doesn't it? But you know, if you wear it with confidence, it looks great.
Exactly, and I just think, you know, for me, if you are wearing glasses, wear them, be different, like I say, be bolder. So, talking of bold.
Yeah, I've been waiting for this moment.
One of your favourites.
Definitely. It's ironic because I've always hated rectangular frames.
Yeah.
And now, in the last probably year, they're just starting to make a comeback, aren't they, and become fashionable again.
They are.
And I'm having to kind of retrain myself to get used to this rectangular look. But it's the men's equivalent, essentially, of what you've just been wearing, isn't it? With a slight blue tint on the lens, it would really complete it, wouldn't it?
It'd be cool. And again, I think with Gucci, it's not about saying this is man's, this is woman's, this is...
That's true.
It's sort of gender neutral, you know, so anything goes. You know, again, I love this frame.
It looks really good, actually.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't ordinarily think of a rectangular shape as being more feminine, but it looks really good.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm glad that Gucci are kind of dissolving those boundaries, aren't they?
And I think you have to be, I think, more so now than ever, it's about being gender neutral.
Well, we actually, in our store, we don't separate frames by men's or ladies. We separate them by brands. And people often ask me, where are the men's, where are the ladies? I'm like, well, there is no such thing. The lines are really blurred now between men's and ladies' styles, and that's a good thing, I think, because, we want to be more inclusive.
Yeah.
But this, coming back to the style, it's a really cool frame. And I never thought I'd be saying that about a rectangular style.
But I think as well, Robert, if you look at trends, if you look at what's coming through, whether it be the high street or other luxury brands, we're really seeing this nod back to the 70s, to the 80s, that real kind of retro look. And obviously we've started there with a little bit more safe, a little bit more commercial, a little bit more now, and then getting a little bit bolder, moving to that kind of 70s, 80s look, and then that takes us nicely into that classic metal aviator.
It's quintessentially 70s, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, but it's such a huge trend in fashions that are coming through. It's these, you know, real bold, bright 70s prints, flares are coming through. We've seen Sarah Jessica Parker in the new release of the sort of Sex and the City series. She's got this type of frame on. There's a iconic shot where she's on her Mac and she's typing away and she's wearing this type of frame. I think this is quite a timeless look. Got that GG branding, you know, which is synonymous with Gucci. You see it on all the belts. It's in that gold. Obviously, you can get it in the other colourways, but I just think really cool. Really, really cool.
I mean, I've been flying the flag for aviator styles for a good 3 or 4 years now. First saw it coming in Paris and Milan. You could see that was the way that the fashions were going. And now it's become more of a mainstream look, hasn't it? It's not that edgy anymore. You can wear an aviator and it's not too out there. It's not too crazy, but it's still really cool and stylish.
Yeah, and I think this is a great frame where you could go to work, you could wear it on a night out, you could have your joggers on with your trainers, and you can...
It's versatile.
Massively. Bit of a move on from this. So we can all probably remember our grandmas, our mums, with the chains on the glasses.
I remember when Chloe first started bringing that back, and now a lot of the other designer brands have kind of jumped on that.
So you can wear it at the front, or around the back of the neck.
Love it. It's just an extra accessory, isn't it?
It's an accessory. It's a statement. These chains being sold separately, people are actively adding these on as an accessory.
Definitely.
So.
And if you wear your glasses purely for reading, you can actually. It does have a utility, doesn't it?
You read my mind with what I was just about to say. And from a practical perspective, not just a fashion, you know, you can. But I just think it's really cool. So, you know, we're seeing this coming through in a number of our Gucci pieces. So the sunglasses, the optical.
And that oversized square metal is actually really stylish as well, isn't it? It's a really cool frame in its own right.
Yeah. And then last but not least.
Yeah, this is actually probably the most unique of the pieces, I think, that we're going to be showcasing today.
And I appreciate this might not be everyone's style, but you do need to have in your collection standout pieces. So we've got in the plain black, but also we've got the Havana with this almost plum.
What I like with both of these is how you're incorporating colour into the style without colour being too dominant, where it's going to clash. So you can still wear this with any colour of outfit at all.
It's classy, it's different, it's bold, it's Gucci. It's being different, it's making a statement. And I think what's always great is with Gucci as a brand, you'll always see that cohesion between the different categories. So what you see in the leathers, you'll see pulling through in the apparel, you'll then see it pulling through in the eyewear. So it's always talking to each other, it's always working together. So we talk about the running G, for example, that we've seen on the Aviator. You'll see that in your belts, you'll see it on the shoes, you'll see it on the bags.
Continuity throughout the whole collection, isn't it? Whether
Massively.
It's shoes to glasses. And that's because Gucci are all designed in-house now, they're not a licensed brand.
No.
I think, I mean, there's so many licensed brands out there, you know, I could go on a rant all day about Luxottica and their way of working. This just feels a lot more pure, doesn't it? A lot more pure Gucci.
Yeah, and it's nice to see it sort of go back home, it's back where it belongs. There's so much passion behind the designs. So yeah, so these are just some of the key parts from spring, summer that are coming through for this year.
And I think that's a perfect way to summarise. Thanks, Natalie.
You are welcome, thanks Robert.
I hope you've enjoyed this video, this showcase of some of the best new pieces from Gucci in the early parts of 2022, and hopefully gleaned a little bit of inspiration and style advice from the both of us. I mean, probably more so Natalie than me.
I don't know about that, but...
I tried. But thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, give us a like, subscribe to the channel because it really helps us grow, and I will look forward to seeing you in the next video.
And thank you, thanks Robert, thanks
You're welcome.
everyone.
Thanks,
Enjoy,
guys.
see you
Bye-bye.
later.